How's it going, guys? It's Doc. Altcoin season is coming, and we need to prepare right now by doing a few really important things. We're going to talk about that in this video, how you should navigate this upcoming altcoin season, and how we can prepare ourselves to make those 20, 30, 40, 50x gains. But before we get started, welcome back to the channel. My name's Doc. Throughout the day, I'm a resident physician, and at night, and the super early mornings, I take you guys on my crypto and investing journey. As you guys are coming in, consider giving me a preliminary like. Consider subscribing if you want to see more content like this. I also have links to my BTCC account down below. Guys, Bitcoin at 118, creeping on $119,000. This is the weekly view. What a wild ride it's been, right? Just think about end of 2022. Bitcoin is sitting right around 15, 16,000. And now we're at 118,000, right? Sitting at an 789x for Bitcoin. I really don't think we're done. We're going to talk about all of these indicators here. We're also going to talk about how you guys need to navigate some of this. Also, I realized I haven't made a video for 4 days. Just been super, super busy with work and working on a project that we'll talk about here in a second. So this is Bitcoin on the weekly. We're going to switch over to the 4-hour chart just so we can get a little bit better view what's going on recently. So you can see here, guys, we have a little bit of a wedge pattern breaking out. Now, this is not perfect, and obviously I'm not including all the wicks, but at some point we are going to break out of this. When? Gosh, I don't have a crystal ball. Can't read the future, but we're closing in on this, right? And this is just the 4-hour. It's going to look a little bit different on the daily, but at some point we're going to break through this, okay? Now, if we look at Bitcoin dominance, what a beautiful sight to see. Bitcoin dominance is below 61%. Right now we're at 60.67. If we change this to the weekly view, look at this huge drop that we have. And if you've been watching the channel, you're not surprised by this because we circled this huge drop in the Bitcoin dominance right around middle to late 2021. Guys, and we've just been grinding up. Well, now that Bitcoin dominance is taking this huge fall, also, we said it was going to be a violent move to the downside when it happens. Guys, Bitcoin dominance at some point will fall below 50, and that's when your altcoins are going to rip, right? As Bitcoin dominance comes down, that means more and more money is rotating into your favorite alts, okay? We also take a look at Ethereum. ETH making huge moves, right? We're at $3,800. And we said once we get back above $3,000, 4K was going to come fast, right? And it is. It's been a violent move, literally a violent move. So we've been talking about this in the Discord, guys. We've literally been saying, hey, guys, once we get to 3,000, 4,000 is going to be knocking on the door, right? So I'm really, really happy to see this. I think it's just a matter of time before Ethereum puts in new all-time highs. And you might be saying like, Doc, what makes you think that? That sounds like hopium. I'm glad you asked. If we take a look at the Ethereum dominance, okay, so what this chart is showing us is how much of the market cap is made up from just Ethereum, right? And we were talking about this when Ethereum was below 7% of the total market cap, right? And we put this green box down here is because this is the time to buy. It's a hint, I took a huge position, and when I say huge, I'm not lying, a huge position in Ethereum right where this blue mark is, right? And then we put this red mark up here because this is when Ethereum is reaching 20% of the total market cap, right? The last time we were there was 2023, is when Ethereum made up over 20% of the total market cap. Now, if history were to repeat itself, right now, Ethereum makes up less than 12% of the market cap. If this gets back up to 20%, ETH is going to be $7, $8, $9, $10,000, if not more. And you might be saying, okay, Doc, you saying you got this huge ETH position. Well, I did something sneaky. I took a position in the ETH-U ETF. This is a 2x leveraged Ethereum ETF. So what that means is ETH right now is up over 3x. If you bought here, if you were buying, like this wicked down to 32, or excuse me, roughly 1200. I actually think it wicked down lower than that. It's up roughly 3x. But if you bought this 2x ETHU leveraged ETF, which I was telling everybody in my Discord to pick this up, you're up over 5x on this, right? So this has been a great, I'm so happy I rotated some of my position into ETHU. Now this is a stock, right? We sometimes talk about stocks on this channel, but it's obviously a crypto related stock. So I think it's just a matter of time before Ethereum starts to inch back up, and it might look something like this. We might have a pullback, and then I think it's just going to shoot up, right? And I think this is going to be end of the year, kind of in line with the 4-year cycle. Now, the better question is, could the 4-year cycle actually go on longer with these anticipated rate cuts that are going to be happening with a new Fed chair in 2026? Okay, so the other thing that I want to look at, this is total 3. This is the entire crypto market without Ethereum or Bitcoin. And you can see we hit roughly $1.15 trillion December of last year. Well, guys, we're inching back up towards that. And if y'all all remember, November, December of last year, alts were ripping. And that's why I'm saying alt season is coming, right? We're going to look at a couple more indicators, but really this is the time to pile in to alts that you have super high conviction in, because when they rip, they're going to rip fast, right? We were talking about this Bitcoin dominance chart falling. At some point, this is going to tumble down below 50%. And that when that happens, you're really going to wish that your alt bags were packed. Now, I can't give you financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just telling you what I'm doing. But the other thing is, guys, USDT dominance, this keeps falling, right? So think of, there's this huge pool of stables on the sideline in USDT, USDC, USD1, amongst others. We're just using USDT as a proxy. We want to see this come down, because as the USDT dominance falls, what that means in layman's terms is money is moving from the sidelines in stables into strong alt plays, right? So we'll continue to monitor this. Now, Altcoin Season Index, we are ticking up. Right now we're at 57. Historically, when this hits 70 to 75, we're in altcoin season, right? So this is the 90-day chart. If we were to go back farther on this, you would see in December, it was absolutely ripping. The good thing is, if you've weathered this storm, you are going to be paid very handsomely for you being patient, right? So we're starting to tick up. This is, in my opinion, really, really reassuring that we're starting to get there, right? We're slowly starting to get there. So the index is only at 57. I would not be surprised if we hit back above 70 at some point on this. So what do we have to look forward to this week? Well, no inflation data coming out. We've got some home sales data. We've got some existing and new home sales data on Wednesday, Thursday. That's good, right? It'll give us a tick on the economy. But I think the big thing is roughly 15% of the S&P companies report earnings this week, which is reassuring. Now, the big one that I'm going to be watching for, Meta's actually next week, so I'm going to be watching that because that has an AI play into it. And I get it. I know that's stocks, but stocks and crypto are very strongly correlated, way more than you think. Now, this was reassuring as well. This chart here is showing that risk appetite, it's still rising. So these 0 DTE, in a lot of ways, this is kind of like gambling. I know it's not, but if you have 0 days till expiration, these call options, you're trying to take a lottery pick, right? So this is now reflects a record of 65% of all the option volume. 65% of it is 0 DTE, right? So over the last 3 years, this is doubled. And you can think of this as this is risk on, right? People are willing to gamble a little bit. They're trying to pick winners off 0 days till expiration. Would not recommend this, but it does show that retail is taking on more risk than ever. And you can see that, right? The S&P 500 is putting in new all-time highs. The NASDAQ is putting in new all-time highs. Bitcoin is putting on new all-time highs. That's another thing that I don't see people talking about. Guys, we're a stone's throw away from putting in new all-time highs again. Like, just looking at this chart, would you be surprised if we came up here and we did something like this? I wouldn't, right? That puts us end of the year, $160,000, $170,000. Like, that doesn't seem that unrealistic, okay? The other bullish thing is President Trump just shared this video on his True Social account. Now, we're not going to watch the whole video because it's 6 minutes, but this video is a staple. It's showing, this is probably like the best Bitcoin explanation of all time. This is the President of the United States bull posting Bitcoin, right? So very, very reassuring. Actually, it's going to help with adoption, right? And this is, again, important because new folks are going to be coming in to crypto. And what a great on-ramp when you have arguably one of the most powerful people in the world talking about crypto. Okay, we're going to end on this. Simple AI, absolutely flying. This is a 4-hour chart, a very, very sexy chart. Simple AI, they are building Web3 AI tools for both the average crypto user and developers, doing a ton of really, really cool things, changing the game. Full disclosure, I am helping with marketing on the team. No, this is not a paid sponsored. This is just me talking about it because I think it's an awesome project. I actually own like a pretty big bag of it too. I put my money in plays that I have conviction, right? So they are really, really pushing the envelope, in my opinion. And this is criminally undervalued, right? It's a $4.2 million market cap. Mark my words, this is easily, at a minimum, a $10 million project. I really think this can compete with the 0x0s, the hash AIs. I would not be surprised if we hit $60, $70 million on Simple AI towards the end of this crypto market. Obviously, can't give you financial advice, not a financial advisor. You have to make your own plays, but guys, this could have some really, really good upside. Again, check out the Discord below. We have nothing to sell you, completely free Discord. I'm curious, I read all the posts. Where do you guys think alt season is going to pop off? And let me know, which projects am I missing, right? We didn't talk about a whole lot of projects here. So let me know down in the comments, which project should I be keeping an eye out for? If you got any value out of this, consider hitting the like button, subscribing if you want to see more content like this, and check out my BTCC links down below if you want to leverage trade. And I'll see you guys on my next video.